John Elway, Phil Milani here, back for another season of Elway Access. John, I hope you know that this pandemic wouldn't stop us from having our weekly chats.
You know what? Nothing will stop us, Phil. We'll always be back.
John, the Broncos getting set to face a tough Titans team, a tough defense. How did you think that Drew Lock played last Monday night?
You know what? I think he had a good night. Obviously, we didn't score enough points, and there was a couple of throws I'm sure he'd like to have back. But for the most part, I thought he did a good job. And he could see what was going on. He could tell the coaches what he was seeing, and so the great thing about Drew is the game's not too big for him, and as everyone can see, he's got great arm talent, moves around well. So the more experience each game, he's just going to continue to get better and better. So I thought he played well enough, well enough for us to win. We just didn't get it done.
We've heard you say that a couple of times, that the game's not too big for him. What does that mean? Like, he just has the confidence out there? He doesn't shy away from pressure? What is that?
Yeah, I think all of it. He's not intimidated by any of it. I think a lot of times young guys can get intimidated with the NFL and what's going on in the NFL, and a lot of times they have a tough time adjusting to it. But Drew hasn't had that problem, and so we're excited about that.
How much did you talk with Drew over the offseason, throughout training camp, or last week before the game? Do you have many conversations with him?
I see him around the building, say hello and chat a little bit, and then I listen to him and Pat talk after the game, and hear him say what he saw and what he liked and what he didn't like, what he missed, what he didn't. So I just kind of stand on the outside. If I give advice, Phil, it's usually from 10,000 feet, overall, because I think, especially at the quarterback position, the last thing you want is somebody hearing too many voices. And so, he's got two great coaches, Mike Shula and Pat Shermer. And so, when I do talk, it's usually from the 10,000 foot level.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And we'll be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
This is the first time that we've had a chance to chat since Von Miller went to IR. What was your reaction when you found out that he got hurt in practice?
Well, that was disappointing for everybody, for all Bronco fans and for everybody in this building, and as well as his teammates, and really even more disappointed for Von, because he had a good offseason. He'd worked his tail off to get in probably the best shape he'd ever been in. He came in with, more vigor and really ready to take on the season. So it was unfortunate the way he got hurt last play of practice, and but hopefully, from what I understand, the surgery went very well, and he should be back, 100%.
Head into Pittsburgh, is that always a special game for you, just because that's where you played your first NFL game, and then, of course, the AFC Championship in '97?
It is. I was actually out of practice today, and I actually thought about the fact that going back to Pittsburgh, where I did play my first football game. And so the good thing is it'll be a lot quieter this time than the time I went there. It's always a good place to go back. They're always a good football team, as you know. They can really run on defense. They rush the passer, and then Big Ben's back this year. And, he looked good in that first week. So we got our hands full. We're going to have to go back and play a lot better than we did the first week.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to miss those terrible towels waving around out there.
No, we're not.
Last one for you, John. I know that you're a big Nuggets fan. What's it been like watching them throughout this playoff run?
Well, it's been great. I think the grit that they've shown, and being down 3-1 twice and come back from that, I think that shows what kind of basketball team they are, and the grit that they have and the toughness that they're showing. And so, hopefully they can continue to play like they're playing. They got their hands full with the Lakers, but sure it'd be great to see them in the championship. But I'm enjoying watching them.
Yeah, things getting started tonight. John, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You got it, Phil.